Okie dokie. So setup wise, we said before, you had your toe line a little bit sort of shut, hooded out to the right there, okay? We want to try and get a little bit more. This got way left here, okay? That's how far left it actually is compared to the first. It's not that much different really in reality, but what you should, this is we can tell this is a different one because the lights go off, you see, it went dark. Okay, so that was the one you were pretty good, but what we'll say is this is your setup now, doing your sort of pre-waggle, so you've got the club going down at 4.5, then you waggle there, you hit it 90s, that's 15 seconds after. Right, so keep that number in your head, okay? This is where your club goes down there at 1.8, another waggle there, and you're swinging at 6. So that's 3 times longer over the golf ball, which you wouldn't have been aware of at all.
No,
but
not.
You were. You can. That sometimes that pausing and freezing of the ball, standing there, all that's happening in there is something inside the head of yours, either thinking or freezing up and going what's on there. But again, when you're making a change, there's all that little thought process to delay a little bit, just to get used to it. But what we're going to try and do is get yourself in a position where your body can clear, okay? So when your club is a little bit long, it's not going to be across the line long, it's now sort of pointing down this position, whereas this one was across the line. It was a little bit more out towards the right there, just slightly, not much, but again across the line slightly. But at least as the club and the body now can clear through, we can start the ball now at target. So when the ball now is coming through, it's starting on your line. At least that green line there, that ball is sort of tracking on that green line all the way. Whereas this one now, because you couldn't get that club out your way, trying to pull it across just slightly, and a lot of these things, when you sort of see things, they look exactly the same. The ball fly is telling me and tells you as a result of that what you're doing. So the ball's starting a little bit to the right, the club just couldn't square it. You see the ball now is shooting off the golf club there, slightly open, because the club's been left slightly, because you're coming across this way, not be able to release the club properly. So as it hits the screen on there, it's striking the screen out on the first 3 or 4 yards. We'll see when it comes up. It's right at that green screen, the green line already. So you see the first 100 yards now, that's roughly the same sort of position there. One's on the line tracking it, and one's already 10 yards right before you've got 100 yards. And then once it starts going this way, rather than sort of just twisting your body around just a little bit, you just keep trying to pull it left with your arms further and further together, like that big hoiky pull, because you do whatever you can to stop it going, off to the right there, and you just try and hoik it way left, and there's the 18th on the mat, just the big out of bounds hoik, and thanks for coming. So I think with your drivers, making sure you've got yourself in a position where you can at least clear your body, get your body out of the way. If it's too stuck and a bit restricted, your back to was a good position. When you were closed, it was just slightly across the line. When you came back, you just couldn't get the club face squared up without sort of flicking your hands a lot. With your shorter irons, probably down from 6-5 iron would be your sort of mark off. Anything sort of 6-5, 7, 8, 9 wedge, you can release the club and square up enough to get a nice draw. Okay, 3s, 4s iron, hybrids, 3-wedge drivers haven't got enough loft to get that club face squared up. It's just a pushy block all the time. So get yourself opened that slightly up, so just was a bit more left of target with your feet, because after all your feet should be aiming left of target, shouldn't they, if they're parallel? Yeah. Really? Yeah. But a lot of it seems way left for a lot of people. Like that, yeah, again, talking about the lines on the putting there, but you look at those 2 positions there in terms of setup. Okay, barring actually telling someone, that club goes down there, barring saying something, what is the difference of those 2? There's not much, is it? Just the fact your lower half was a little bit more, it felt to you way left, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, but in reality it's just pretty much square to target, okay? And that's what we're trying to do, is get yourself square up to your target line, not get yourself slightly closer lower. It just blocks your lower half and your top half, then trying to pull across it. And it's the arms going across the body, they're not coming across the ball in terms of left path, they're just coming across the body, they can't square up.
So it's like similar to last week when I was having the fatting problem. Not so much working on
you couldn't clear it, exactly, and if that foot gets more and more closed, this right side can't get out its own way, and you just end up hoiking it that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what feels left slightly. Okay, it's not left, but it feels left. All right, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.